It was at a forum in Iowa last weekend that moderator Frank Luntz pressed Donald Trump about his criticism of John McCain, and Luntz, who called him a war hero.
But referring to people as rapists, referring to John McCain, a war hero, 5.5 years as a POW, and you call him a dummy. Is that appropriate in running for president?
Okay, you got to let me speak, though, Frank, because you interrupt all the time, okay? He hit me. Hero. He's not a war hero.
He's a war hero.
He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured.
And joining us now is Frank Luntz, the Republican pollster and Fox News contributor. So you interrupted Trump. You pushed back with the phrase war hero. This whole controversy is your fault.
I had to do my job. And I didn't even know what questions I was going to ask. I had not settled on it until about 2:30 in the morning because I wanted to be fair to the candidates. I wanted to be informative to the audience. It was sponsored by the family leader. And I wanted the press, who was sitting in the front 3 rows, to get something out of it. I had no idea that was going to happen.
Did you sense at the time, though, it would become a defining moment?
You could tell by the audience. And there was a gasp. And this is what I don't understand with Donald Trump. He absolutely is credible with the people, with the voters. He absolutely has a message, but he doesn't see and hear what's going on. He says to me when it's done, "You see, Frank, I got a standing ovation." Every one of the 10 candidates got a standing ovation. "You see, Frank, they applauded me." The fact is they interrupted Ted Cruz and Mike Huckabee and Bobby Jindal with multiple standing ovations, not Donald Trump.
And by the way, you talked to 9 other presidential candidates. I didn't read or hear a syllable about any of those other interviews. It was all about Trump. You also did a focus group recently in which you asked people about Donald Trump. Let's play a little bit of that.
What are phrases to describe Donald Trump?
He speaks his mind.
I call him a womanizer. He had more wives than any other president.
He's a sensationalist and he's a media whore.
The best thing that ever happened to Jeb Bush.
He never had a chance, clown.
Is all of the nonstop coverage that we have talked about and that you see on every news channel and in every newspaper, is that boosting Trump?
Absolutely. And he absolutely is the front runner. And he's walking into that August 6th Fox News debate, #1. And I never dreamed that that could happen. But that's partially the media's fault. There's so much outrage among people who sit at desks like this about what he says, when there should be accountability.
You say fault as if we're responsible for Donald Trump's rise?
Partially, yes. If you're going to try to put it on me because I asked him a question.
I'm not putting it on you. That was half in jest. But I would say that in terms of underestimating Donald Trump, never have so many gotten it so wrong about one billionaire.
And it's been the print media, it's been on television, because they don't understand the voters. And a Republican primary voter wants some sort of consistency, and they want to know where these candidates stand. So instead of being outraged or predicting that he's going to drop out, which he's not, this guy's in it to stay, then you should be showing what he has said on TV, what he's written in his books about abortion, because that has changed, about health care, because that has changed. Stop yelling, I say to the media, and instead start reporting.
Okay. You also in that focus group asked people their opinion of the credibility of the American media, and you heard something surprising.
To my shock, they had more faith in the BBC than they did in American media outlets. And I said, wait a minute, this is a foreign outlet. And their response was, yeah, but that's because they're not biased, because they're not ideological. And I actually believe that they are. But to the average American, the BBC tells the truth. And they don't trust the media because they think that they've got some sort of bias, either left or right. And that's a real problem.
It's not just the British accents.
You speak British, whether you have a college degree, people think you're smart.
Right. So in our final half minute, does that reflect a deep-seated unease and distrust with those of us in the news business?
It's deep, but there's a cynicism, there's a distrust, and there's an anger that I hear in my focus groups all across the country. The American people are asking for a simple concept, the truth. And they don't believe. But
people might define the truth differently if they're on the left or the right.
Absolutely. But the truth is still the truth. And they want it from you, Howard. They want it from the candidates, and they feel like they're not getting it. And the reason why Donald Trump does so well is because they think that he's telling them the truth, at least as he sees it.
Very nice.
And that's why he's in first place.
You ended the segment on Trump. All right, Frank Luntz, great to see you here in Washington in person.